What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell.
Because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
Did you know that in German addresses, the street name comes first and then the number, and the postcode or zip code comes before the city? And check out the doorbells, no numbers. Instead, they're labelled with the surnames of the people living there, which strikes me as slightly unusual.
So it sounds like...
Anyway, today's episode, we're at home with the Germans. German homes come in all shapes and sizes. They also have pretty logical names. A house at the end of a row of houses is called an end of the row house, or ein Endhaus. A house where one family lives is called a one-family house, ein Familienhaus. Large houses split up into several apartments are called Mehrfamilienhäuser, or multi-family houses, and that's the most common type of home here. As I've told you before, Germans usually know the exact measurements of their home in square meters. The average German home is a little over 90 square meters, for 2 people. 5 million Germans live in a WG or Wohngemeinschaft, that's shared accommodation. And only 0.5% of households have 3 or more generations living under one roof. Cold rent means without bills, and warm rent includes costs for certain utilities and services. Germany has long been a nation of renters. Less than half the population owns their own home, and in some larger cities that drops to a quarter. This is in part a hangover from recent history. During the war, a lot of private property was destroyed, so rental apartment blocks were built as a quick fix. In East Germany, people rarely had the option of purchasing their own property, and state-owned property was heavily subsidised. These days, some people prefer the flexibility of renting. Germans do, after all, move an average of 6 times in their life, but most people cite spiralling house prices and hefty deposits as the main hurdle to owning your own home. That being said, renting isn't always a particularly cheap alternative. In Munich, renters are shelling out around €17 per square metre. Berlin has introduced a controversial 5-year rent freeze to try and get its prices under control. And some people are getting creative, shunning traditional living models in favour of houseboats, campervans, communal living projects, or tiny houses.
Ein Tiny House ist ein kleines Häuschen, meistens aus Holz gebaut, zwischen 10 und 20 Quadratmeter auf Rädern, auf einem Pkw-Anhänger, ist aber auch eine Bewegung. Ja, ist eine Bewegung, die vor ungefähr 15 Jahren in Kalifornien in den USA eingesetzt hat.
Und wie ist es dann nach Deutschland gekommen?
In Deutschland gab es ja schon immer durch diese Kleingärten eine Tiny House Affinität. Deutsche und auch Holländer, die ja sehr viel Camping machen und Caravaning, die haben eine hohe Sympathie für kleine Räume.
Welche Vorteile bietet ein Tiny House?
Wenn wir nicht mehr so viel Platz beanspruchen, können wir nicht mehr so viel kaufen. Wenn alle Menschen auf einmal in Holzgebäude leben würden, hätten wir nicht so eine CO2-Katastrophen. Und wenn wir nicht mehr in anonymen Hochhäusern leben wollen, sondern eher in kleineren Strukturen, dann ist das soziale Miteinander auch ein anderes.
Anyway, back to the States quote now. Here are
let me just say this real quick. I feel like tiny houses is just part of y'all living spaces. Like y'all naturally live in small homes. We ain't looking at big. Like homes here for y'all is like crazy. Like y'all do not like this type of housing that we got going on.
Yeah.
Especially if you have to buy the house per square feet. Oh, your pockets will have to be deep.
Yeah. Like she said, after the war, they built the houses as a quick fix, you know? So maybe they just used to it. But we see that in a lot of the European houses that we see. Most of them live in apartments. Well, that we see.
She would like a tiny house.
Who?
You would.
That's a lie.
I promise y'all. I bet money I could say something right now that would turn your whole idea around.
Say it.
Imagine your tiny house as a mini library.
Yeah, with just me.
Exactly. Like you go into your tiny house, like how he had it. He had the ladder in there and everything. You have everything you need.
Me and my books.
But it's just a book. I just gave an idea.
It's a library. Yeah.
I just gave an
and
idea.
You and the kids live next door to me.
Coming for some sugar. I'm coming up for some sugar.
My personal picks for a few things that make a home very German. House shoes, bottled water,
Bottled
but,
water.
of course, weird little mini
love
forks for cake. If the cakes aren't mini, then why are the forks? Solid roller blinds that block out every last scrap of light. One of these retro-looking wooden measuring sticks. A cellar with caged-off storage spaces. A beloved balcony. That's the most sought-after home feature. 2 duvets, very practical. and unwieldy, squashy, frankly ridiculous square pillow. Newcomers often have a few surprises when they move into their first place in Germany. First of all, don't expect a house or flat to be furnished, even if you're renting. And the biggest shock of all might come when you enter the kitchen. Yep, it's totally normal to take your entire kitchen with you when you move. Counters, cooker, sink, everything. One good thing about moving here is that it's a team effort.
Wait, is it Germans that have to actually build their floor?
I thought it was the Netherlands.
Like their floor is not there?
Yeah.
That still sounds weird.
It does, because we're not used to it.
Yeah, it's like you move in and you gotta actually lay the concrete, not the concrete, the wood out on the floor because it's just straight concrete.
Yeah, the type of floor.
Okay.
Absolutely, the done thing is to enlist the help of all your friends. The only payment required is beer, pizza, and the knowledge that you'll return the favour. Of course, it wouldn't be Germany without a good set of rules. The small print in a rental contract can include such gems as the exact level of noise you're allowed to make, how often you have to air your flat out, and the requirement to repaint every room a neutral colour upon your departure. If you've noticed anything else about the German way of living, leave me a comment below. Thanks for dropping by.
Alright, we're gonna stop right there. Make sure you guys check it out. I ain't even too upset with how you guys live your life because I feel like the space that y'all like to have is private. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like your privacy. Y'all don't like all that extra space or storage space that's not needed. Because here you'll probably see some garages filled to the top with boxes and artifacts.
Yeah, artifacts is crazy. But yeah, we like a lot of space here. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.